So, Ellen, what are the biggest challenges you're seeing facing business owners who are still operating in the town?
Having the available funding to do repairs, and that has been eased somewhat by the commercial property owner grants that are now available. But getting tradies in to do jobs, electricians, plumbers, that can be really challenging. Even getting stock in, supply chains, I think, are almost back to 100%, but it's still difficult on some occasions to get stock in. But more than anything, we need people to come and support our businesses, and locals are certainly doing that, but we'd like to remind people from outside the area that we're here, and Lismore is a great place to shop and to come and do business and to have some fantastic food. And if you're outside of the area, don't think that things are going to be all sad and horrible. They're not. We are coming back. We are rebuilding our businesses, and even though there's still a long way to go, we need people from outside to come in and support us as well.
Ellen, how tricky was the insurance process? How would you describe it? I understand a year on, plenty of people are still waiting for payouts.
I think that relates more to residential, I think, perhaps, than business. I don't think there's much in the way of flood insurance in town for businesses, but I think for residential, for people who have insurance claims ongoing, I think it has been an incredibly slow and drawn-out process, and people in the same street, like three people who live right next door to each other who are insured with the same company, can get quite different results and outcomes when basically they're affected in almost exactly the same way. So it's frustrating. It really is very frustrating, I think, for many, many people to actually progress their claims. I've heard of some who've been successful in settling their claims, but many more haven't been. And I think it's also been compounded by the process of buybacks, like the Resilient Homes program, the buybacks and retrofitting houses and those sorts of things. So I'm not sure how much of an impact that may have on an insurance claim, but it is certainly something that has to be factored in.
And Ellen, what about levels of anxiety about something like this happening again? I mean, we all, hope and pray that that is not the case for all of you, but there must be a fear that this is coming for you again.
Hopefully we never see what we saw last year again in our lifetimes. I sat in my backyard and I could actually see the CBD of town literally full of water, and I just never want to see that again. But we are a flood town, and I think we need to really focus on moving people so they have, like, everyone is completely entitled and should have somewhere safe to live. So we need to focus on that, and we need to make sure that businesses who want to move have the ability to do so. And we need to make sure that our flood preparedness and planning is reviewed frequently. And I don't want that to cause any more anxiety for people, but it's a fact of life that we need to do that. I think last year I was so proud of everyone in the CBD. All the businesses were so well prepared for what we knew, and it didn't work out that way, but for what we knew at the time, everyone's planning had been really solid and really good, and we just need to make sure that we review those plans, knowing that we are a flood town and that we will have more floods in the future. But I think, along with everybody else in town, I'm so hoping that we never see that much water again. I still can't comprehend all of that water. It's just astonishing. And I never want to see it again.